I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Rakah Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders, which rule great millstone while, and which taught us the truth, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba. So I AI'd perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, which is in Ruth 3, verse 13. It says, tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, will let him do the part, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not, then will I do the part of a kinsman to thee, as the Lord liveth. Which he was saying to Ruth, there's a closer kinsman than me. And if he won't do the job of a kinsman, I'll do it for you. And the reason Boaz had favor on Ruth was because she favored Naomi, her mother-in-law, the Israelite, and went back into Bethlehem with Naomi and pretty much took on the way of an Israelite. Now, it doesn't mean she's going to receive the inheritance of an Israelite, but she was blessed by being with the Israelites, which this is going to happen, to the other nations, that they're going to eventually rejoice under the Israelites. Esau Edom, the so-called Caucasian, he's going to be made extinct after the 1,000 years of slavery. All right. But Ruth is representing the Israelites that have been scattered throughout the nations of the heathen, and we're being reconciled through our kinsman Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, this is Boaz speaking to Ruth, referencing the ancient Hebrew custom of the Goel, the kinsman redeemer. In Israelite law, a close male relative had the duty to redeem a family member in distress, whether by buying back land, which the Lord's going to give us back our land, marrying a childless widow to preserve the family line, which you would name the firstborn after the say, like if you had a brother that died and he had a wife and she had no children, the brother was to marry her, and the firstborn be named after the brother, so that his lineage continues. It says, to preserve the family line or avenge injustice, just like Abraham did for Lot. All right. So the Lord, he's our redeeming kinsman, Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, in this moment, which Boaz is the forefather of Yahweh Shai, pledging to fulfill, it says, fulfill that sacred role if the nearer kinsman refuses, which Ruth, she's a daughter of Moab, a princess of Moab. So you got to remember Lot, and his daughters. All right. In their mind, they thought their father was the last man on earth, and in their mind, they were going to preserve the seed of Lot by having Ammon and Moab, which Moab, all right, is the lineage of Ruth. Okay, so even these Moabites and Ammonites are going to get better treatment than Edomites. All right, even though they're the washpot, of the Israelite, all right, they're going to be in a better situation with the Israelite than the Edomite. The Edomite is going to be made extinct. There's no mercy going to be shown him. All right. It says, in this moment, Boaz is pledging to fulfill that sacred role if the nearer kinsman refuses. It's not just a legal transaction, it's a gesture of covenantal loyalty, mercy, and restoration. Ruth, a Moabite outsider, is being drawn into the lineage of redemption, which ultimately leads to King David, which King David, Yahushua, came out of King David and prophetically to Hamashiach. But the thing is, she's a woman. So her lineage, all right, even though she's a Moabite princess, her lineage isn't shared amongst the Israelites because she's a woman. So the offspring she has from Boaz is an Israelite, not a Moabite. Even though he may have Moabite features, he is an Israelite because of the father of Boaz, his father being Boaz. All right. And I just wanted to finish with showing that word convento generally refers to a concept based on the idea of a covenant, which is a sacred agreement or promise often, and really it's with the Israelites, all right? That's Romans 9 verse 4. Shalom to the elect wa ba ba bo.